One of the things about being a pastor is often you don't know if what you're saying in a sermon or if what you're doing is making an impact or not in someone's life. That's one of the reasons I enjoy doing the dishes in the kitchen and vacuuming. Because doing the dishes and vacuuming give you instant feedback. What once was dirty is now clean. The stuff you can see on the floor is now gone. Uh, there's something nice about seeing those tangible changes that cleaning can bring. And in other cases, there are times when a space in our house can get away from us. It might be a storage room or your garage that you can't put your vehicles in anymore. And you just have this urge at some point of, I've got to clean this out. This isn't supposed to be this way. Well, you might be encouraged to know Jesus felt that way one time too. But it wasn't about a space in his home. It was about the temple in Jerusalem. That's what needed cleaning. That's what needed cleansing because it wasn't being used anymore for the purpose that God intended, and certainly the purpose that Jesus saw was intended for the temple. And in Matthew chapter 21, and this is part of Matthew's chronology of Holy Week, Jesus cleanses the temple in chapter 21 in verses 12 and 13. It says, "Then Jesus entered the temple and drove out all who were selling and buying in the temple, and he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. He said to them, 'It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers.'" Whew. Strong words from Jesus. So what is he saying? Well, on the one hand, Jesus' critics could say, well, what do you mean? We're just trying to provide the means for people to offer the sacrifices that the law commands them to make. But clearly, there were people who were taking advantage of a situation, and rather than facilitating people's worship, they were gouging them. They were making money off of them. And they had a proprietary racket going on where, oh no, you've got to buy our doves, or your animals aren't good enough, your birds aren't acceptable, and oh, there's a change rate because we only accept this currency. And Jesus is furious because the whole purpose of the temple was to help people to worship and to draw near to God, to pray, to grow spiritually, and that whole purpose was lost by the clutter and the noise and the mess and the buying and selling that was taking place. And so Jesus cleanses the temple. The next time you're doing dishes, the next time you pick up a vacuum, the next time you look at part of your home that you think needs to be straightened up, let it be a reminder to think about, how am I doing in the temple of my spirit? And is there anything there that Jesus would want to clean up or cleanse or remove, so that I can draw near to God in prayer? And it's also a reminder to us of prayer being a regular part of our communication with God, because God longs to hear from you and from me.